I'm messaging my friends. I'm basically like, don't talk to me until you've listened to it.
Now, as breakup albums go, Lily Allen's new record, West End Girl, is one for the history books.
It taps into a certain female rage.
We're deep in a modern marriage here.
We don't talk about our pussy pals.
No, we don't.
Exactly.
That's private. Or I can enjoy the music, but I can also question the ethics of it.
Thinking to the future, how are both of them going to date?
You'd have to be very assured in the mental health of the person that you're going to write this album about. It's like when we're talking about the ethics of this, that could be very dangerous.
Maybe the next album could be a positive non-monogamous experience. An Australian podcast couple.
Hello, Evolving Lovers. Today, we are going to be unpacking Lily Allen's new album, West End Girl.
And I don't think you have ever been this excited for a podcast episode.
I'm so excited.
I mean, we did have plans for this episode that quickly became obsolete as soon as Lily Allen dropped this new record.
Everything else ceased to exist. Everything is about the album. I'm loving it.
Yeah, in the kitchen, you said something hilarious to me. You were like, there's two types of people at the moment. People who've listened to the Lily Allen album and people who haven't. And I only want to talk to the people who have.
I have nothing in common with people who are not obsessed with the album.
Yeah. And it is amazing because it is one of those cultural zeitgeist moments where, again, non-monogamy is in the spotlight.
Non-monogamy is front and center with this. It is like, but I feel like it's playing right into the cliches.
Yes.
As to a non-monogamous stereotype, like what could happen if you open up your relationship. I feel like it's very mass audience friendly.
Oh, totally. And we've been watching all of the cultural criticism come out. Everyone's reviewing the album. All the podcasters are now doing their podcast episodes about the album. So now, of course, we are doing one. And you've had so many people reaching out to you being like, have you listened? Like, we want to hear
I know
what non-monogamous people, because so often with all this criticism and, you know, and the different kind of hot takes on the album, it's coming from podcasters who aren't non-monogamous.
Yes. I have listened to a lot of, oh, well, what do they expect? Of course, this is going to happen. Like, this is what happens if you let your husband be open. Like, it's always the man driving this. This is like playing into all of those stereotypes. But still, I love the album.
It is a great, just objectively speaking.
Yes.
If it was about anything, it would still be a great album. But I feel like the power of the album is obviously the narrative, which is what people are just going absolutely bonkers over.
Yes.
So for anyone who hasn't listened to the album, and for the people that are not on the side of the people that you want to talk to at the moment because they are yet to experience the full Lily Allen kind of emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
Can you give us a little summary?
Okay, so from what I can gather, so Lily Allen was married to David Harbour, who was the main guy in Stranger Things.
Yep.
He's like the lovable cop. They got married in 2020. They had a Vegas wedding. They got married after knowing each other for a year, and then they've had like an open relationship. Now they have filed for divorce. I think it was earlier this year. I'm pretty sure. Might have to check my facts on that one. And basically, this album is all about the breakdown of the marriage and how non-monogamy played a role in that. So it's really suggesting that there's like infidelity. There's this other woman, Madeline, is like
Madeline comes up.
Madeline features like heavily in the album, I would say, this mysterious figure, Madeline, who I've been like Googling and finding out like who she is. And she's now being like name dropped and the whole thing.
And she's come out admitting that she is who Lily Allen is talking about.
Yeah. She's come out and spoken about it, which is pretty wild. So yeah, it's just like this wild thing. So as much as I'm loving the album, it's a very tricky, complex situation because I'm struggling with the ethics of like writing an album like this. It is so deeply personal. It is like track by track, Lily's emotional journey. So it's her side of the story and she's holding back nothing.
It leaves literally nothing to the imagination.
Yeah.
And of course, as you were saying, it's like, it's her recounting the situation.
Yes.
So that's where the ethical kind of conundrum comes into it. Because, of course, David Harbour is about to embark on, I think there's a new Stranger Things season coming out.
It's about to be the press tour for Stranger Things.
He's about to do the press tour. And I think I've read a comment that it's going to be like the most awkward press tour of all time. Because, of course, the only thing that reporters are going to want to ask him are, about the album.
And in the album, she's talking about his butt plugs, like sex addiction, like his secret, like, his pussy palace is the title of one song. She thought it was a dojo. Yeah. His dojo in the West Village. And then she rocks up and it's his like sex pad.
Oh.
And
with the Trojan condoms.
Yeah. It's like, and saying how like he's so broken, like it's just so wild. And now he's about to embark on this press tour. Like I'm wondering if he's going to be doing it or not. If
he has a good PR agent or Stranger Things or Netflix, I'm sure the advice is like, please do not go on a press tour.
Yeah.
Like there's just no chance that he could possibly, and of course that's another ethical consideration is like, because he has no right of reply because she has written this album and released it, he is now stuck in a situation where he can't go, oh, well, we did have these conversations and there's just no nuance. It's just like, a hammer to the head.
So it's autobiographical. So she's like, it's not all of it is true, but it's like my experience. There's parts of it about the marriage. But I mean, she's so literal, like her words.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, one of the titles is Non-Monogamous.
I love that title.
Which is just a brilliant title and amazingly something that we had never thought of.
No, well, I've been in a group chat called Non-Monogamous.
Yes, that's true.
That's with some Americans.
So I guess this is just an extension. Maybe she heard about the group chat.
Apparently she has a Finsta account.
A what?
A Finsta account.
I don't even know what that is.
It's what the celebrities have. It's their fake Instagram accounts. So I'm like, maybe she.
Oh, Lily, if you're listening. I mean, she is mighty fine. She is mighty fine.
Lily Allen gives strong whole wife energy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And this is what we don't know about this whole situation. It's like, because in the way that she talks on the album, as you were saying, the lyrics are very literal.
Yes.
Like it leaves nothing to the imagination.
No.
I wouldn't say they're particularly poetic. It's not like she's talking metaphorically about, about birds flying away from their nest and then coming back. It's like, no, you called her.
Yeah, it's a burn
you
album.
had sex with her. And then, we were having conversations, didn't want to disrespect me and wanted to have open lines of communication. It's just, it's wild how it all plays out.
Yes.
But it leaves nothing to the imagination.
Which I kind of love. I love that it's so it's straight up.
It is straight up. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do feel, I'm like, I feel like I can listen to the album. I can appreciate it for what it is. I connect with some of the songs, Ruminating in particular. I love that song so much.
Okay, let's talk about that song.
I just love the beat. I love the feeling. I've been there in that moment where she's like up all night. She's ruminating. He's out with someone and she's like, oh my God, am I still the number one? Like, what's happening? Who is this woman? Like, that sort of feeling of like, Yeah. But I think for me, the difference is there is compersion. And I think, I don't know when we want to start to get into the like relationship, like non-monogamy unpacking side of things, but hers reads very much like this. The album basically reads to me like if you didn't know Lily Allen, you don't have any context of her or anything. It's like she's a sweet wifey. Everything's like white picket fence styles. They've got the brownstone, Architectural Digest. It's all happening. Everything's great. And then he just out of nowhere is like, these are my needs. We need to open up. And she's like heartbroken, but he's like, okay, I'll do it for you.
Yeah. And on the record, she has this one-sided phone conversation with him where it basically sounds like he's going for the first time, this is what I need. We need to open up our relationship. And she's going, oh, well, I don't know if I really feel comfortable with this, but I'll do it for you because I love you. It's like the Dan Savage thing of like Polly under duress.
Polly under duress. Yeah. It feels quite coercive. She's bending what she would want for him. And again, it's just that one side. And it's a very short little snippet of something at the end of the first song. So it frames the whole album. I can hear that and know that there would have been, I'm sure, so many conversations. They would have already come from what I believe would be a non-monogamous place. But this is like a pivoting into new terrain is my read on it.
So maybe they were already kind of like having group sex things. They could have been
I
like
have
an
my
open-ish.
theories. 100%.
Well, this is where to share your theories, babe.
Okay.
That's why we have a podcast.
Okay,
You don't have to keep your theories to
she's
yourself.
like rock star energy.
Yeah.
She's sex positive. She's all of these things. She's lived a life. She's like party girl, you know. And then he gets with her. They get together. He's obviously very wealthy and successful, and they, you know, she has 2 kids.
Yep.
They start a life together, but they're already. I feel like, of course, they're open. I mean, you can see it in that architectural digest that they did from the second he opens the door.
Okay.
It's like a joke between them.
Okay, so we're going to play this first 20 seconds of the architectural digest because I don't think there's any funnier foreshadowing film clip on the internet.
Yeah.
It is truly remarkable.
Yeah.
So just to set it up, if anyone hasn't watched the architectural digest on YouTube, basically, you know, it's famous people showing a film crew through their house and we all get to go, oh, look how nice everything is. Like, these people are so rich. But this particular episode features David Harbour and Lily Allen's place that she references all throughout the song. I think even the photo shoots for the album are done in the house.
In the family home.
Like as just a giant fuck you to him.
She's so hot in the photo shoot.
She is
so
so attractive. But let's not go down the Lily Allen is hot rabbit hole. But I will play this just this remarkably funny clip. Here we go.
Oh God. What the hell are you doing here? I mean, last time I was single and I was living on the Lower East Side. I have a family now. Kids. I mean, this is so embarrassing. You look good, though. Come on in.
So that's David Harbour making a joke out of the fact that, you know, an ex or someone that he's seeing is coming to the front door.
He's like foreshadowing like crazy, and the comments on that are hilarious.
Oh, the comments are amazing.
Oh,
These are a few of my favorites. Harbour really made a trailer for his own cheating scandal during the first 20 seconds. Someone else wrote, YouTube is insane for recommending this now. And yeah, just everything is
just
basically
everything. So obviously on the album, one of the tracks is Pussy Palace. I feel like their house is the ultimate Pussy Palace. It's like talking about foreshadowing. To me, my theory is that they were open from the beginning.
Yep.
She's really fun. It's all sexy, but it's more in the swinging. You know, they're not going into the emotional, like dating other people, polyamory. And you can hear that in some of her lyrics, you know, throughout, where she's saying, you know, when we opened up, we agreed, you know, it would be transactional, like payment had to be involved, which to me signifies that they would have been open, but it's like they're not doing polyamory. And so I feel like at a certain point he started dating someone more seriously. But I mean, the house being a pussy palace, first of all,
it really is.
It's an absolute sex pad. Yes, it's cute. It has the English kitchen, the whole thing. But what about those huge long couches that are back to back, where he says in that video, it's great because when we have an argument, we don't have to face each other. I'm thinking it's the ultimate, like people are having sex on both sides of the couch. Like it's crazy.
There's mirrors everywhere.
And that's not even the sex room. The sex room is the media room, which has a lacquer, the like cream lacquer ceiling, which mirrors what's happening, and everything is leopard print.
What a vibe.
It's a total vibe.
There has to be a lot more to the story. Also, if we zoom out, so Lily Allen wrote a memoir that was, was extremely popular. And obviously she came to acclaim back in the MySpace era. Like how long ago was that record? Like Smile was, I don't know, 20, it feels like 20 years ago.
A long time ago.
But basically, she has lived a life. She's struggled with addiction. You know, her first relationship, which she writes about, her marriage, her previous marriage, which she writes about in the memoir. She talks about cheating on her partner with backup dancers. She talks about getting hiring sex workers and cheating on her partner. It's like, it is important to kind of have some context that maybe Lily Allen is also a little bit open-minded.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It's not like, because a lot of the critique that is coming from hot takes that I've been hearing has been that, it's just a one-sided thing. He's like a sex monster, sex addict. And she's this, as you were saying, like this kind of like doting wife who's like, oh, I'm really surprised. I had no idea you were sexual,
Yeah.
and kinky and we're into butt plugs. It's like, well, I don't know.
There's a Substack that I read this morning written by someone called Jack Cullen.
Oh,
and
yes.
it is absolutely brilliant. So the title of the Substack is Blame Monster, who dares to take David Harbour's side as Lily strikes again.
Yeah, and we'll link this in the
we'll link
podcast
it.
notes because this is remarkable.
It's so good. I'll just quote a little bit from the article, which is incredible. It's interesting to observe how Lily is sex positive until she wants to point score, and then a beaky strand of conservatism comes out. Is it really that bad for someone to have sex toys and lube in a bag with the handles tied? Is that shady or just practical? Does it not make perfect sense to keep sex paraphernalia in the other place now that your main house has someone else's 2 daughters from a previous marriage in it? I myself have a Reebok bag containing harnesses, dildos, puppy masks, and leads in a storage unit in Clapton. I'm not ashamed of that. If you marry a man in his 40s, he's going to have a past and possessions, and keep his crappier stuff somewhere else if he can. In some respects, David Harbour was a good match. A tall guy with a butt plug and a couple of kinks. She was selling photos of her feet on sex sites. She was sleeping around with a string of grime artists. She wrote candidly in her brilliant book, My Thoughts Exactly, about abandoning her kids for weeks, ignoring their calls, and sleeping with female escorts in Los Angeles because she was mad and high. Perhaps David Harbour did his research and came away understandably thinking, ooh, she's kind of perfect for me. A British celebrity wife with a sense of humour who likes to experiment in the bedroom and is into chicks? Sign me up. In the past, Lily Allen has shagged all sorts of married people, as well as single men while married herself. But when Lily does it, it's sex positive and feminist.
Woo!
Boom.
Yeah, that article is amazing.
That's so good.
Also, shout out to Chris Ryan for sending that to us.
Yeah.
It is so nuanced, that take, because it actually highlights the sex negative nature of everything.
Yes.
And just the way that we talk about sex in the public, the way that, it's so easy to villainize this, this famous rich actor and then, make Lily Allen this, defenseless, as though she doesn't have any of her own agency in the matter.
And this is where it plays right in to the ears of the masses who, overall we do have a sex negative culture. And so it's like, it really paints him as this like grubby, like, you're so fucking broken, she says after talking about the condoms and everything found in the Pussy Palace. But for me, I'm thinking, especially when you listen back to the first track, or I can't remember exactly which track it is, where he's saying, do you want to know? Like obviously they agree about the open relationship. And then he's saying like, do you want to know about it or not? And so she probably would have said, well, no. And so to me, I'm thinking, well, this is probably him being discreet. He's not doing it. He has his area. He's not like bringing the women home. She questions it at one point. She's saying, did you have sex in our house?
If it's that house, yeah, of course.
I mean, they've obviously, I don't know, but they've probably had a lot of sex with different people in their house together.
I mean, that would be my guess.
But
too.
I think the issue is that it was an ongoing
it was an emotional bond. It was
an emotional
forming.
bond.
Because she also talks about on the album, and we have to assume that what she is saying is true.
Yeah.
Because the way it's all framed, it would be, I mean, like the ethics and the law side of things, like the fact, like the defamation potential for this. I don't know how she's navigated that, but that's maybe we can revisit that later in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is that she is also saying that she is dating as well. She's got her own kind of agency in terms of her non-monogamous experiences. She's saying, I think she references like going on Hinge and going on Tinder and hoping that the guy looks better than he does in his photos. Yeah. So she is also having her own experiences.
Yeah, but the tone is that she's doing it because it's what David wants. She's trying to be open. She says, I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to be a modern wife.
Yeah.
So which just colors everything with this coercive coating, really. And I agree. I'm sure it is true, but there's just so much more truth. There just has to be more truth to this. Obviously, this has brought up things for me because I'm thinking about the ethics of writing about your ex. When is it okay, and what should you share, and what's the limit, and how do you word it, and how do you frame it? And it's especially when they can't defend themselves. And it's like she wrote this album in 10 days. She wrote and recorded it in 10 days, like straight after they broke up. And you can feel that, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's why people were connecting with it.
Yeah.
It taps into a certain female rage. I think.
Does.
Like a woman scorned. And that's why women are losing their minds.
I'm losing my mind. I love it.
And obviously everyone's losing their mind.
Yeah.
Like it's not a gendered thing, but I think it does, and maybe you could speak to this obviously better, but it feels like it does really tap into some kind of primal, like, fuck you, that you're doing what we all want to do to our exes. Like if we were all brave enough and just wanted to just fucking tell the whole world how shit our exes were, like she's almost living the reaction that everyone wishes that they could have had. Is that how it feels?
Well, I mean, I'm really thinking about it from a powerful, like, I do love that she's sharing her story in this, like, she's holding nothing back. It's extreme. I'm enjoying it. Like, you can feel the emotion in it. And I love the tracks. So I'm like really into that. But I can also, like I said before, I can enjoy the music, but I can also question the ethics of it. Why I think she can get away with this is because they don't have kids together. Because usually when you have, like, women will protect, like, just say their husband cheats on them, have an affair. They don't want to go around publicly smashing their ex-husband because that ultimately will hurt their own children that they have with the husband. David Harbour also doesn't have his own children. This is why I think she can kind of get away with this a little bit because their kids, they're not his kids, they're her kids. And so I think I don't think that she would have written this in this way if he had kids. Imagine if he had young children. That would be someone's dad. And I feel like it's a difference when you're sharing the story publicly about somebody, if it's like a DV situation or if it's some sort of like really serious abuse thing. To me, this sounds like a really messy, like pretty poorly handled, open relationship. It's like a don't ask, don't tell gone shockingly wrong, basically. But like the kids don't need to know that. The kids don't need to know about the butt plugs and all this stuff. Like it's just like if he had kids. But she can get away with more because they're her.
Well, she has kids who now know about this.
She has 2 daughters.
But it's like that's quite a, and we're also speaking, like we got a podcast. We talk about sex and relationships and stuff, so it does open up those questions of like oversharing as a public figure.
Yeah, but it's about slamming one another.
Right.
And we also don't talk deeply about, like, we don't really talk about our sex life.
Maybe we should.
Like we talk about the emotional, I'm not saying that we're better or like anything like that, but I'm saying it's such a different thing when you're throwing one another under the bus.
Yeah. We don't talk about our pussy palace.
No, we don't.
Exactly.
That's private.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, I've just been thinking, how amazing would it be to just
have a pussy palace?
Imagine just like having that 5-story brownstone and then having that West Village, like I'd take the dojo. The pussy pal, like just an apartment, just somewhere to go would be so cool.
Well, this is
the West Village.
Yeah, well, this is the advantage of being unbelievably rich is that you can have a spot for just having sex and then a spot for all the, family.
You don't need the lacquer ceiling in the family home, in the media room.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. So I do want to. There's one quote that I just absolutely adore from the Substack. What was the name of the guy? Because I want to keep shouting him out.
Jack Cullen.
Jack Cullen, amazing writer.
We love you, Jack Cullen. It's such a good article.
We are new fans.
It's so
Jack.
balanced, and he's so complimentary of Lily as well. And You
Yeah.
know, he's obsessed with the music. He's like, I've listened. I'm on my 25th time.
Yeah, and that's it. Everyone's just like next level obsessed with this. But he goes, West End Girl is so salty, the cover art might as well be a watercolor of David Harbour's ball sack covered in Union Jack darts. But instead we have Spanish empirical portraiture of Lily, as if to say this isn't just a divorce. This is a medieval international diplomatic crisis. Like it's just so extra.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people are just really latching onto this.
Oh, yes.
Like it feels so explosive.
It does.
And it feels like a drama just playing out before our eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Like
totally.
when is he making a statement?
Yeah. Do you know that I read in a couple of trashy tabloid online, whatever, it was like the Daily Mail or something, that he was looking after her kids this weekend. He was spotted looking after her kids while she's busy with the album dropping, which I thought was very interesting.
Okay, that points to a conspiracy. The conspiracy is they've gone, okay, we're going to break up. The open relationship didn't work. And he's gone, I have an idea for your next album. Absolutely slam me. I don't give a shit. I'm rich. I'm famous. You know, I've got, you know, all these different things. Why don't you just like go to town? I'm not going to sue you. You can say whatever you want. This is going to be your like magnum opus.
Yeah.
And then just gifted her this complete artistic license to go ham on him.
Yeah, but I don't like that all of this was then his idea. We're not giving him
Okay.
This is her creative
Again, this
work.
comes
so I
into-
don't like that. But I think that she would have said, this is what I'm thinking. And I think he's probably at a point in his life where he's like, sure, go for it.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's a huge deal. And maybe he's just at the point where he's like, well, everyone knows. Everyone knows we're open. Everyone knows this, whatever. Like,
But people didn't know they were open. Like it wasn't an openly discussed thing. Like maybe people in the New York scene would have known.
any person with half a brain watches Architectural Digest and knows what's going on. You have to be the most vanilla.
So I remember watching that ages ago and just thinking, I actually remember thinking that their vibe is off. Like have you watched it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's like, I remember thinking the way that he talks over her is like really domineering.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't really let her finish sentences. She's kind of meek and in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like there is this, like he just loves the spotlight and loves being on camera so much that he just can't give her, like she makes this amazing joke about how they have a bed womb and it's super funny and he kind of like laughs it off as like, oh, you made a joke, but I wish you didn't steal my bit of sunshine.
Yeah, I loved that little Narnia reference.
Yeah, but it really, yeah, there was something off in that kind of how that played out to me.
Yeah, totally. He comes across super arrogant.
Yeah.
Like it's all about him.
Yeah.
And I think the idea is like he paid for it.
I don't know who paid for it. I mean, she's got money. She's like not doing badly. Like she has some hit records.
He says in the song that she can't like afford it, but he makes it
right.
like all come together.
He's got next level money. He's got some like
he's got that Stranger Things. They're like he's like,
money.
you want me for another season? All right, pay.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have him in it.
Yeah, he's got cash dollar.
Yeah.
He's got dojos all over the place.
Yeah. But he does have that, that whole vibe is like that daddy energy. Like she's got that sort of submissive thing happening.
Don't turn me on.
She's got this submissive thing and he's like running the show and he's flirting with the camera people and the crew.
Like,
and she's like,
yes, daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's definitely baby girl.
Yeah, probably in some instances. Do you know a deep stalk?
Okay.
So the woman who's come out as Madeline.
Can we name her?
Yeah. So she's come out. I read this in.
Well, people figured it out pretty fast. Is her name actually Madeline?
No.
Oh,
her name is Natalie.
But this is the thing. All the characters are, well, like David Harbour's obviously David Harbour, but it's like people are owning the narrative.
Yes.
And just coming out and just being like, yep, it's about me. Okay,
so Natalie Tippett, a 34-year-old costume designer from New Orleans, came forward claiming that she had an affair with David Harbour, 50. So I don't know if you've noticed.
She's hot.
But yes, but on the you know, Spotify with the tracks, how it has the different little movies, the little images that are just on this little loop.
Yes.
On one of the tracks, Lily is sitting opposite. She's in clown makeup, but hers is really put together. And then she's sitting back to back with a male, like an older male clown, except he's like a crying clown and his makeup's all smudged. Like, you know, it's not working out.
I haven't seen this, but for the YouTube version, we're gonna put put this playing.
Now on Natalie Tippett's Instagram, when you scroll down it, there's a photo of her. She's posted a selfie of her with the clown makeup.
Get out.
Very similar to the makeup that Lily's wearing, which I felt like maybe that's a little.
Oh, that's totally.
You know,
that's
that's
no coincidence.
I feel like there's a lot of just little things like that now that I'm like, oh my God, like I was up late. Like,
that's juicy. You're going deep.
I know.
But this is the advantage of this all playing out so just raw in public.
Yeah.
Is that you can actually go stalking.
Yeah.
And it's possible to find all this stuff.
In the it's in the track Madeline.
Okay.
Lily's having this, there's this message from Madeline where Madeline's like, you know, I'm here for you. Like, tell me, I didn't know. Like, he told me everything was above board.
Yeah.
Like, if he's been lying to you, I want to know. Like,
love
because
and light.
Love and light, like the whole thing. And it's so fascinating because I feel like it comes across like Lily. I can feel it in the song that like that would infuriate Lily even more.
The fact that she's nice.
That she's being really nice about it. I feel like Madeline in this, that's like that feels very non-monogamous. It's like, hey, like I know you guys have an open thing. Like I thought it was, you know, this is what he's been telling me, but like I'm a sisterhood. To me, I'm like, that's sisterhood. But I've been reading some Substacks about this. One in particular was like saying, you know, love and light, more like love and gaslight. Like this is a joke. Like you can't have the other woman saying all of these nice things to you. Like when she's sleeping with your husband, like the monogamous lens on this whole thing is fascinating.
Well, I read that article as well. And
it was a great article.
That was a brilliantly written, but just so monogamous.
Oh,
it was just like, and so sex negative. And like you were saying, it's like the way that, because when I heard that on the track, when she's talking about, you know, how she's being approached by the other woman and there's this like open line of communication and she wants to make sure that, you know, basically that's a moment where they can join together and just talk about David Harbour and like you're saying, it's like a really healthy non-monogamous way to have an open line of communication.
Yeah.
I think. But it is funny because the way people have interacted with that it's just like, oh, I can't believe that she'd be talking to you and she's the other woman. It's like, well, that's just non-monogamy.
Yeah, it's like there's a complete disbelief that it could be incredibly sincere from Madeline.
Yeah. And even this like love and light, like the way Lily Allen frames it by saying love and light at the end, it's like it is kind of a little bit patronizing because I doubt this woman actually said love and light.
No.
At the end, is my guess.
That is just so lame.
Because no one does that. And if they do, then then they deserve all the, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think that there was actually, you know, a sincerity to that I feel was misplaced in the way that the story was told. And this again speaks to this is her narrative and it is dramatized and it is, you know, bigger than Ben-Hur, but one has to, you know, assume that some of it is hyperbole.
Yeah.
And some of it is unsaid.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the nature of art. But because it all feels so literal, because the lyrics are so literal, you just go, this is exactly how everything happened. And then it just ratchets everyone's emotional responses like through the roof.
I find it very inspiring. It's kind of ignited this like, I don't want to hold back anymore. I want to like share things. Like I already share a lot and I write my Substack and I'm putting things out there, but whenever I'm writing about other people, not about other people, but my experience from, you know, being with someone or like the way a relationship might break down or come to an end, I'm so sensitive to those people.
Yeah.
And to the point where it's like I really don't like to write from that very emotional place. Like I do write, let me take that back. I do write from that emotional place, but I don't share it publicly. And I've written some scathing Substacks before
Yeah.
just to get them out, just as like a processing.
It's like a diary.
It's like a diary.
Not to get them out in the sense that you've published them, but
No.
to get them out in the sense that you write them as though it was something that you would publish.
Yes.
And then just obviously you've shown me and I've been like, absolutely no way.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
my writing for me, it's a process. It's like I have to get it out. Like it's stored in my body, and writing about it is a one way to get it out. So I get it out and it helps me process and understand. And that's really what my Substack is about, except I share different,
Yeah.
there are certain things that I share and certain things that I don't.
Mm.
And it's just made me think about this a lot, and, but also the ethics of holding things back, like the importance sometimes of that, because, when the other person isn't there to defend themselves. But yeah, has got me thinking about a few pieces that I've written in the past, and just betrayal in general.
Just whether you're going to just drop some bangers.
Yeah, I feel like you and I are very honest with how we share. Like we're so honest with what we share. I'm so honest in my writing, but it's never the full picture.
No.
It's never the full picture because it doesn't have another person's experience of it, and it's not the full picture because I am not sharing the full picture.
If we were to share it, we understand that there is an asymmetry in the information that someone listening. Like if we were to talk about an experience that we had, like a negative experience with a partner, for instance, and it happens extremely rarely. But if we were to do that, we know that the listener is obviously going to side with us because it's one side of the story, and they go, oh, that's awful. I can't believe they did this. But we want to be fair to the other people that there's no right of reply. So, it's inherently just like kind of unfair.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is what always stops us. And I think it's an important thing to do. And there's certainly been times where we've edited things out of the podcast or decided actively not to talk about them on the podcast. But that is sadly the stuff that sells and the stuff that people want to hear.
Yeah.
People want to hear people dragging, other people.
And it's not that I would never talk about it, because I have spoken to friends about it and certain people about, if there's been a relationship, a relationship breakup at some point, which I feel like took some very unfair turns, and, sharing about that with some people like mutual friends or, people, but it's like very different to like putting it publicly out there.
West End girl style.
Because I feel like,
you
could so easily do that. But the tricky thing with non-monogamy too, or the interesting thing about non-monogamy, is that when you're sharing, your experience with someone, there's more of a ripple-on effect of other people that would implicate. Or like how, if they have a current partner, or if you hadn't met them more at that time, and then like outing people. Like sometimes sharing a part of a story is outing people because people start to put the dots together.
That's 100% true. And let's assume that Lily Allen and David Harbour are at least two very sex positive people.
Yes.
Who've had an explosive end to their relationship. I think that's probably a safe thing to say. But also thinking to the future, how are both of them going to date? First of all, David Harbour is now just been painted like the biggest piece of shit out. Whether that's right or wrong, he's got to somehow, every relationship from here on out, be like, I was the guy that she wrote the album about. But Lily Allen also knows that any relationship she gets into, the guy or the woman is going to go, holy shit, I hope you don't write West End Girl about me.
Yeah.
Like that's a no-win. That's a no-win for her romantic future.
But do you know what? I feel like that's a once-in-a-lifetime album. Like she can't do that again about someone else. It's just not going to land as hard. It's not going to be as good. It's not going to be like, that's it. Like that's the album. That is her angry album. And she's right at the age for it. She's 40, which is when all of you stop worrying. You
give zero fucks.
You just give zero fucks, and you're like, you know what? I'm just not going to put up with this stuff anymore. And you just like let it out. And I think as she gets older, is probably where there'll be more of the mellowing. She might come into more. There's going to be different. I mean, I don't know. She's but I can just imagine. I feel like she's at a point. She's in a stage of her life where she's like burning it down. And that is what happens around 40.
Maybe the next album could be a positive non-monogamous experience with an Australian podcast couple. Maybe we could help her turn the tide.
Exactly.
Because someone needs to give her a positive non-monogamous experience.
Yeah.
You know?
And we have things in common. Like she's sober and I'm sober.
Yeah.
So
I love English women.
Oh my God, you do. You do. You do love English women. Okay, so you said about David Harbour just comes across like so bad, like it's so poorly. But like, do you actually?
I don't think that.
Because I don't think that either.
Yeah, so that's good that you caught me on that because that was definitely me being hyperbolic. Like I think that's me just exaggerating. But I do think that the majority of people listening to the album do think that he's a piece of shit after listening to that.
Yeah.
But I have broader context. I am non-monogamous, so I can listen to that album and go, I'm also a musician and a creative and I understand how songwriting works. And it's like, I'm sure some of the stuff she said just because it rhymed, like straight out of the gate. And I'm listening to it as a musician as well, thinking, oh yeah, you know, like the flow of the album and the way she structured the songs and, you know, where the arc of the album is going. And the majority of people don't listen to the album like that. So I think that I definitely don't think David Harbour's a piece of shit.
No.
But I think the majority of people do think that.
Well, he's been painted as that. He will be perceived as that.
But I think the majority of people, and especially the majority of stuff that I've read about this album is that people do think that. And all the podcast hot takes, people are like, this is a sign of a controlling man. This is, as we start off the conversation by saying, is that this is a sign of, you know, all of the tropes of unhealthy, possessive, non-monogamous experiences could possibly be. And it's hard unless people have knowledge about non-monogamy to even see the other side of the coin because it's so far removed.
Yeah.
It takes so much kind of unpacking and mental gymnastics to get to that place of going, oh, maybe there is some nuance there. Like it's hard to arrive there for a monogamous person.
For sure. There's no indication of compersion whatsoever from her in this album. There's none of that. And this is where it is playing into that stereotype of, you know, relationship, the guy, it's always the guy in the stereotype. He wants to open up because he needs his need, like he has his needs and she's not fulfilling and whatever. And I think that it really misses this compersion aspect, which so many people have, because of course there are relationships where there are different, you know, somebody has, you know, certain needs and the other person isn't connecting in that way. You know, but the way it feels with Lily and David in this album is that things were actually really good. And then she had to go away back to London for work. So it was like this distance, like he wasn't getting his needs met because she wasn't physically there because she was across the pond.
He's a horny man.
And he's a horny man with the dojo. And I just feel like that's a very... like it's one way of doing non-monogamy. And to be honest, when I see people opening up from that lens and it's lacking the compersion in that way, it doesn't end well. But I mean, so many relationships don't end well, monogamous, whatever. But I feel like it's very different to having a relationship that is following compersion.
Yeah.
Because there's he doesn't seem to care too much about her having compersion or not. And to me, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because I just could not in a million years imagine being on the phone with you and one of us being like, I just kind of need this. And the other being like, that's really hurtful to me. I'm not comfortable. And then the other going, well, it's what I need. It's just, to me, it's like, where do you go from there? Because it says everything about where you're at in the relationship because you're not prioritizing your partner's feelings. She
posted this amazing letter that he wrote when she got the West End girl, when she was on West End, and she got this lead role, kind of acting in this show. She posted this wild letter, which in retrospect reads super crazily. Yeah. Basically being like, I hope it doesn't go too well. Like it was almost like this professional jealousy, like making a joke out of the fact that she was now suddenly an actress, in a lead role on West End. And he was kind of having a dig at that.
Yeah, for sure. But you also, again, it's like you don't have the whole full picture. He could have been really supportive about that. But his disappointment could have been like, well, we just started our life together.
Yeah.
We just bought the brownstone. We've just done this. Like we've got it all happening.
We're
and
about
now
to have like a threesome every night for the next 2 months.
We've got the lacquer on the ceiling and now you're going to go to London. Like, and not that it wouldn't be like, not that it's like him not supporting her, but it's like this disappointment.
Yeah.
Like I would be, if you got like this, like it's like holding all these multiple truths can happen. It's like if you got this incredible opportunity and you had to go and actually live in another country and be away for like a really long period of time, like I would be happy for you in a career sense, but I would, like, I don't want to be away from you. We have a life together.
Would you be going to the Pussy Palace?
If I was going to the Pussy Palace, you'd love it. And that's the thing. We have a different, it's a different thing. They don't have the same type of relationship. There's no compersion.
Well, it's also very hard to build compersion quickly, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe that's an interesting thing to think about that I haven't really considered at length. But, when I just like my initial thoughts about that is that the longer, like compersion can really kind of blossom over time. And when you first start dating someone, it is, I imagine, harder to access some of that compersion because you don't have anything to hold the compersion against. Like you don't have the history of the relationship. You don't have like the really strong foundations that make you not feel jealous because you're like, oh, we're a solid unit. It's like suddenly she was away and he was, going out with different people and he needed this and that's just how it was. But it's like they didn't have the foundational relationship yet so that she could feel compersion. So immediately just feels threatening.
Yeah.
As opposed to something that is like exciting.
Yeah, they're not attuned to each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like the really positive situations are when you're tuning into each other's compersion, and not that you're catering everything that you're doing to the compersion of your partner. But when it's this delicate, like it's this balance of like, are you enjoying this too? Because I care about how you feel. Yes, I am enjoying this. Like if you do go on a date, that's really hot and I want to know about it. Or, like I can't wait to talk about it with you, like when you're home or tomorrow or something. And there's this sort of connective, like you're energetically a part of it.
Yes.
And when it doesn't have that, I think that's when things can become, you do start to live a double life. Like she says when she goes into the Pussy Palace, like she's just there exposed to his double life because hasn't been on the emotional journey as to how he got to that place where he's obviously, him and Madeline are just kicking it.
They're just going for glory.
They're going for glory. You know? What happens to Madeline now?
I reckon is she an artist?
She's a costume designer.
Oh.
She's a 34-year-old costume designer and she looks very
hot.
Non-monogamous.
She does look very non-monogamous. I reckon she just really focuses on Burning Man costumes.
No,
just
I mean, does he?
No, I'm joking.
No, it's like, does he?
I'm joking. Does
he start dating her?
No, I reckon he's dating everyone. It sounds like he's just like, he's a loose goose.
Yeah.
Flopping about.
I feel like you'd have to be very assured in the mental health of the person that you're going to write this album about.
That's a very interesting.
Because dependent on where he's at or how he is, like what mental health issues are at play, if he's on a low and then it could be, it's also, so it's like when we're talking about the ethics of this, that could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
To share in that way about someone.
Like, did she give him a heads up? Was she like, I'm about to drop some wildness?
She would have had to. And she obviously had lawyers go through everything. That's why I'm like, he must have been
somewhat supportive
because it's so brutal that it's like, imagine if something fatal happened to him because he can't cope, because the most private aspects of his life and his career is damaged.
Yeah.
Like, what happens then? Do we all just sit back and go, oh, well, it was just her experience? Like, you know, like how, I don't know, it's really tricky.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Do we all keep enjoying the album?
Oh.
Like, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty heavy. What's all of this?
Yeah, it's a great point. I don't have an answer to that. And but that kind of stuff is what would prevent me from ever doing anything similar as an artist. I think it's too risky. I think it's too risky just on a human level for me personally to like imagine just being so brutal in public about someone.
Yeah.
You know? And just knowing that everyone's going to come feeding.
Yeah.
Like, she's massive, she's famous, she knows it's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's very calculated. Like, it wasn't an accident that she happened to write all the songs about the same thing. She didn't include one song about, you know, her best friend and how they had a great holiday together.
Yeah.
It was like, this is a concept album. I'm going for it. I'm going to fucking just, knives are out. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know? So she's made a decision that she feels comfortable enough to release the album.
Totally.
So, yeah.
But she's also jumping on the zeitgeist of non-monogamy.
Yeah.
It's like now all of the celebrities are going to be coming out
Everyone's
about
non-monogamous.
non-monogamy. Everyone's non-monogamous, you know, in positive and negative ways or whatever.
But people won't come out positively about non-monogamy. The celebrities, I don't think.
I've
Because
got a few reasons on why that would be.
It's I feel like it's too safe for them to be having positive experiences, and it's too risky for them to come out because they've got nothing to gain. Like, they don't, like, someone's super famous, you know, I mean, we've shared on this podcast about different celebrities that we have hunches, but it's like there's nothing in it for them. Like, they don't need to be the poster child for alternative relationships.
No.
There's only downsides.
Yeah, there's only downsides for sure. Yeah, it can definitely affect careers.
So what are your
everything.
theories? Why would celebrities say? You said you have some thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I have thoughts in that I feel like it's easy to write about things when you're like angry and when, you know, that's a negative, you've like gone through it and you want to share because you want to get it off of your plate. But then there's just when people are just living their lives and it's normalized and it's just a part of it. There's just no benefit and they're happy and they're busy. And, you know, celebrities are already very busy. Then like I think I'm busy with my job and our son and our life and the gardening and all of that. Like I'm busy in the quiet of my life.
Your dojo.
And imagine if you're already really famous and you're going to lots of events and you're totally flat out and then you have to deal with this like PR like all the time and Daily Mail and all that stuff. It's just gross.
Yeah, it would be gross.
It's just gross. You know, you just wouldn't have any privacy. And then ultimately it affects your dating, like your dating life as well and your friendships, because as soon as people know that you're non-monogamous, if you're spending time with any person, they think that you're dating.
That's what's going to be the situation with David Harbour. Just like his first date's going to be like, okay, so let's just talk about the West End album. Like, let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So what are your favorite songs on the album?
Ruminating.
Ruminating, is that your favorite song?
Yeah. Ruminating, Madeline, Pussy Palace.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all just incredible.
I'm a sucker for the non-monogamys.
Non-monogamy. I love that.
I just love that tune.
Oh.
Like the groove is like pumping. Just to hear like the words that I just never thought I'd hear in a song.
I know. And she's talking about how she's like out, like she's dating and like how she used to be quite famous, but like, you know, her marriage is falling apart, but like she's got 2 teenagers. Like, does that sound like, is that appealing? Like, no, like as far as just all the kind of baggage that she comes with, but then she's also out there looking for validation.
Like us all.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're famous, you still want to be having hot sex.
Yeah. Like there's just something so real about that and also tender, you know, and she's trying to be open.
The vulnerability that she shows like through the album is super attractive.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like beautiful, you know, having said all of the things that we've said, like I think it's just really beautiful that she is sharing so openly.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great example for other people, maybe who aren't going to be writing albums and sharing them to millions of people, but to have conversations.
Mm.
And, you know, I think that's a really positive thing to come out.
Yeah.
You know, because it's going to open up lines of communication with friends
Mm-hmm.
who are going, this is a crazy album. You know, like you and all your friends have been.
I'm messaging my friends. I'm basically like, don't talk to me until you've listened to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
You know, someone's like, yeah, it's on my list. I'm like, just put it at the top of the list.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone said to you today that they have hundreds of other albums that are on the list.
I'm like, I don't care.
And you're like, this goes to the top.
It goes to the top. We have nothing in common until you've listened to the album.
Yeah. So
she's since listened to it. She's like loving it.
Is she loving it?
Yeah, she's loving it.
Yeah.
You said about how, you know, their relationship blew up in this explosive way, but I feel it didn't. The last song, the upsetting thing to her is that he's so chill about it. He's not begging her. I reckon he's a chiller.
No, when I said the relationship blew up in an explosive way, I'm including the release of this album.
Yeah.
Because it's undeniably explosive. However you want to look at this, there is no way that this is not a bonkers situation.
What are the benefits of this for David Harbour?
Huge press. If the idea is that no press is bad press.
All press is good press.
Like he just got a lot of free press. Everyone knows who he is now.
Do you think also it plays into, it's like, even though it's, the sex toys and stuff, but the fact that he's not a father, he's not coming with that, like, I don't want my kids to kind of know, you know, the intimate details. In a way, it's like he's this king in the pussy palace, like to his mates who are then going to be like, dude, who's Madeline? He's going to be like, all right, well, let me tell you, her name's actually Natalie and, you know, she's great. Like there's sort of this like.
I think there's a way that he can run this, and there would be a lot of women who now know exactly what they're getting with him.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, like any woman who's approaching him is like, this is going to be the situation. There's going to be butt plugs involved and like, and I'm into it.
Also, we don't know who was wearing the butt plugs.
That's true. You know, he could have been wearing them.
Who knows?
My sense is that he wasn't the one wearing the butt plugs.
Same.
That is just a feeling that I have.
He gives massive daddy energy.
Yeah. And women are going to be attracted to that.
Yeah.
So I think dating for Lily Allen would actually be harder.
No one's trusting Lily Allen.
Yeah.
No one is going to have a long-term relationship with her. You'd be freaking terrified.
Yeah.
What's to come. I still stand by what I said. Like, I just don't know how she could top that album, but it's just too good.
Yeah, but you'd still be absolutely terrified.
Yeah, you'd still be scared. People have said things like, oh, you know, this is the same as Taylor Swift. She writes about all of her exes.
That's fucking stupid.
Get off it.
Who said that?
Oh, I'm getting the comments because I've been posting a few things in the stories and it's like, Taylor Swift always does this. Like, no.
This is
not like
very
this.
different to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is like vanilla swell, like
this is
compared to this.
This is in the deep end.
This is like deep. We're like deep in the relation. We're deep in a modern marriage here.
Okay.
With adults.
Well,
I'm not saying that Taylor Swift is an adult, but it's like
no,
you know what I mean?
But it is a different thing.
Yeah,
her thing is like this is almost like anti-commercial.
Yes,
but still being so commercial,
but
like,
still in the zeitgeist and still like this is what happens. Everybody with non-monogamy.
Yeah,
this is what can happen.
I feel like it's almost like a companion piece to More, in some ways, because More, in the sense that More was like this stratospheric non-monogamous book that just everyone spoke about.
Yeah.
And it feels like a similar cultural temperature to that because Molly's book came out and then suddenly the Atlantic's doing, you know, articles on non-monogamy and Time is doing, you know, and everyone's talking to her and, you know, it's just like big thing and she's riding this wave. And then there was like, everyone was fatigued. I mean, even I was fatigued.
Yeah.
You know, like I was just like, okay, we get it. I mean, and we got a podcast about non-monogamy. So it's like, if I'm getting fatigued, you know, surely other people are getting fatigued.
Like just about the opinions on it all.
Well, just seeing it constantly. It's like it's cool to have representation. Like, I think that's great. But it became like a kind of a weird obsession, like a cultural obsession where everywhere I turned, I was like, non-monogamy and people debating it. And I was just like, okay, cool. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then it just died down because I think naturally everyone was like, okay. Trump got reelected and,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit. And then, but so suddenly where there's a lull and now we're just back in it. Everyone's thirsty.
We're back in it. But the thing that annoys me is when people generalize. It's like you hear one album, you read one book and you're like, this is what this whole thing means. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
There are as many different types of non-monogamous relationships as there are the people who practice them. There is not, this album is not, the be all and end all of what non-monogamy is, in the same way that Molly's book More is not how how all non-monogamous relationships are. It is one person's experience. And that's why I can enjoy the album, and that's why I can enjoy More, because I'm enjoying that it's this one human being is sharing their experience of it. And I think, honestly, it's just a sign of not being very bright when you take that as this is what all of this means.
Oof.
It's true. You're just not very intelligent if you think this is what non-monogamy is.
Yeah, or you're just not interested in interrogating.
Or you just
anything.
Well, when I mean not
that's
very intelligent,
I just want to walk that back a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so it's not that you're not very intelligent, it's that you don't know enough about this.
Okay. Yeah.
You just clearly would be someone who doesn't know enough about this if you're like, oh, this is what non-monogamy is like after you listen to West End Girl.
Okay, I've got one question because we're getting to the end of it, but I think it's an interesting one because
I want to be at the end.
I know, but just as your temperature started rising, like at the moment you're quite premenstrual, which I don't think people would have.
You say luteal.
Yeah, I don't think people would have necessarily picked that up, listening to this, but. Do you think that the fact that you have been premenstrual has changed the way that you've listened to this record?
I think it's been perfect for me.
Exactly. That's my point.
Because I've been having my headphones on. I'm like singing it out.
You're
I'm like
angry.
Totally angry. I'm like, and it's like, I don't even have any bad feelings towards David Harbour.
Yeah.
But I'm like enjoying I'm connecting with the fire.
Exactly.
I'm not taking it as fact, but I'm totally tuned into the emotion.
Yeah.
I'm totally there with Lily in that 10-day, like that rage that she was in when she wrote that. Yeah. It's like tapping into that. Like I can feel it on like a connective level. So I love that. I don't necessarily agree with it.
But you can go into that space.
It's art.
Totally.
I'm enjoying someone's artistic experience.
It's like the female rage side, like that I alluded to earlier. I feel like that's what I was interested in exploring, because it's like it does. I think if you listen to the record in 2 weeks' time, you'll have like a different experience of the record potentially, and maybe I'm totally wrong.
Probably,
but I think you would have a different experience.
Yeah, or I just might connect with different tracks more. At the moment, it's ruminating.
Yeah,
because I've been there.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a coerced like situation, but it's just like, for me, it's like the growing pains of non-monogamy, or like, but for me, it's balanced with compersion. But it's like you can tap into something from like the rage aspect, or like that ruminating feeling, whilst they're also being compersion. But we can just block out the compersion part and just enjoy that. Like, up all night. Like, when are you home?
Yeah.
Am I still number one? I also connect with her being like, am I still the number one? Because I still connect with that.
If anyone's got to the end of this conversation and hasn't listened to the album, we encourage you to do it, because this conversation, and then listen to the conversation
with headphones again. And in order.
Yeah, and preferably when you're premenstrual.
When at any stage.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Men also will love this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone will love this album, even if you just like pop ditties.
It's just good music.
To finish off the episode, I would like to make a little call out to the listeners, to all the evolving lovers out there. We would like and love if you would subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that is the best way to support us.
Or my Substack.
And your Substack.
Yeah.
Your amazing Substack. You're releasing all these amazing articles constantly.
Yes.
And it is an amazing way to support, and all the podcast platforms love it.
Yes.
Even if you just give us a little 5-star rating.
Share it with your friends.
Share it with your friends.
Your family.
Share it with Lily Allen.
Share it with Lily Allen.
Lily. if you want a trip to Australia, just to hang out, a little holiday.
If she tours that album, I'm going to every city to see it. And I want her on the podcast.
I want to MC it.
And I want
to announce her to the stage. You should announce her to the stage.
I want to be a backup dancer. No, I'm not a dancer. I want to be.
Well, if you're a backup dancer, she did have a thing. She was having sex with her backup dancers. So maybe you should be a backup dancer.
Maybe you should be a backup dancer.
Maybe we could both be backup dancers. Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's our pitch.
But
Lily.
seriously, if anyone knows Lily Allen, just send her to our podcast and our whole thing. We'd
Or
love
our
to
dojo.
hear. Or our dojo. This is kind of.
This could be a dojo. Lily would look great sitting where you're
This is
sitting.
a hot room.
This is a very hot room.
This is a very hot room.
Yeah.
But it's in the family house.
That's all right.
But it's a very
she
hot
had
room.
some hot rooms in her family house.
What about lacquer the ceiling, Liam? What are you doing?
Lily, if I lacquer the ceiling, will you come to Canberra?
Exactly. We'll get it happening.
Okay. Well, there we go. On that note, thank you for listening, Evolving Lovers, and we'll talk soon.
I've been trying to